Hey, everybody. I am coming on tonight because I did a devotional this week on enduring marriages, and it really made me think. And I just wanted to come on and share some of those thoughts with you. But in the end, I want to give some encouragement to married folks out there. So, this devotional on enduring marriage, the writer talked about this concept of till death do us part. Like, for real, you mean till we die, till one of us dies, till death do us part. That's a pretty heavy concept. And the writer said that the reason that God put this no out clause in marriage is because he knew that real love is experienced in the context of an enduring relationship. That enduring relationship is the same relationship that he has with us, his children. So he created marriage so that we could have that real love that's experienced in the context of an enduring relationship. And God is really clear about his allegiance to us. He says that he is never going to leave us, never forsake us, that he is with us until the end. And see, that's when I started thinking. I'm like, okay, you'll never leave me nor forsake me. And when you look at the real life example of marriage, the divorce rate starts at 50% and it goes up from there. Second marriages, third marriages, blended families, the divorce rate starts at 50% and it goes up. So I will never leave you nor forsake you. And then the divorce rate. So it seemed to me that there's a whole lot of leaving going on. And I just started wondering, okay, why is that? And there are so many reasons why marriages are experiencing this incredible divorce rate. And please know that this is not me throwing shade at anybody who has been married before, because I am in a second and last marriage. So please know that I'm not throwing shade. I just really am thinking, why is this like this? And some of the reasons that jump out at me, the first one being maturity level. I was really young when I got married, and I just say that you really have got to have the maturity level that will allow you to go through the things that you're going to go through in a marriage. Because I liken it to really a basketball analogy. I call it, you've got to be able to stand in the paint. So if you're standing in the paint, you're standing under the basket. That means that you're going to get hands, you're going to get knees, you are standing in the paint for your marriage. So really, there are a number of things that I wish that I had known, but I'm just going to give you two things that I wish that I had known when I was married before, when I was so young. One is that I didn't know that I needed to have an accountability couple. I had, when I was in my 20s, I had a lady in her 50s, and I certainly did share some things, but I didn't know that that was a relationship that I needed to hold tight to. I didn't know that. And I also didn't know that I needed a counselor. So that one thing is that you should be relentless in your search for an accountability couple and for a counselor. And yeah, I did. I went to a counselor. It didn't work out. And I was like, oh, well, I tried. And that was it. But being relentless means that if it doesn't work out the first time, that you go and find another until it fits. I have been with our marriage counselor for over 10 years. And I promise you, it has been such a blessing because, we've gone through some stuff, but, giving us tips on how to navigate these things. And we go when times are good. We go when times are not so good. But I promise you, it has been a huge, huge difference in our relationship. The second thing that I wish that I had known is this concept called radical honesty. So this is a concept that I've learned from a book recently called Love Busters. And what that concept is that you have got to give voice to those thoughts that are in your head. And I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like, but speaking those feelings, history, activities, plans, those things that you think that you shouldn't say anything, but you really should. And I'm going to tell you why. But the example is from a couple. And one of those members of that couple, they were working with someone and they found that they were attracted to them. They went home straight away and told their partner, I think I might be attracted to this person. Now, I promise you, years ago, I would have thought that that was crazy. Like, why would you say that? But now I understand. And the reason is because if you are in a Christian marriage, understand that you have a very real enemy in Satan. And please know that his goal is for your marriage to be wiped out, gone. And what he will do is start with those things, those thoughts that are inside. And trust me when I tell you, he will twist that thing. And before you know it, your marriage is rubble. So I could talk a long time about radical honesty. But what I'll have you do is go to a website, and it's called marriagebuilders.com. It's from the author of that book. He has a whole website with a ton of different resources. So go there and you can read all about radical honesty. And so the other thing too, because understand that I really do have a heart for marriages because I'm in it and it didn't get this way overnight, but I am happily married. But understand that we too have been at the brink of divorce. But I am so grateful that by doing the things that I talked about earlier, that we are living out what God designed. Because you should also know that marriage is not this grand experiment that God set out for. And he's just like, oh, well, that didn't work. No, the plan can work, but you have to do some things for it. There's also, the Bible talks a lot about fools, right? That a fool gives full rise to his anger, or that a fool takes no interest in understanding, only in hearing him or herself talk. So it seems to me that if there are Bible verses about fools, then there are probably some of you that might be married to a fool. But guess what? God can cover that too. And let me tell you how he can do that. He can do it. If you've got the marriage that you want, I am really happy for you. But if you do not, if your marriage has taken some blows over the years, I get it. I understand. I have been there. If it has taken some blows, I am encouraging you to fight for what's left. Fight for what is left because God's plan is true. It is real. And if you can stand shoulder to shoulder with your spouse and say, we are going to fight for what is left, he can take that little bit and he can make it into the marriage that he designed. I promise you he can do it. I am a living witness that he can absolutely do it. And so I'm going to tell you that I have a website, lynsharif.com. I'm going to be overhauling it, but I am going to have an ebook that's going to be 10 things that can make your marriage better today. And so I will be offering that. It's not up there now, but you can leave your email address and I will make sure that you get a copy of that. And I also, if you know someone who is struggling in their marriage, please share this video with them because I want them to know that there is hope, that God can do anything, but you have to stand shoulder to shoulder with your spouse and believe that God can do anything. And that is where you start. Okay? So I really appreciate you tuning in with me tonight. Like I said, share the video, go to lynsharif.com and check out that marriagebuilders.com as well. Okay? Take care. Bye.